everyone. Today we will have our pre-bid conference for 5 infrastructure projects and 1 goods projects. Before we start, let us hear a prayer from Mrs. Saban.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today, we seek your guidance and wisdom. Bless our pre-bid conference with clarity, unity, and focus. Grant us the strength to make meaningful decisions that align with your will. May our words and actions reflect your love and grace. In your name we pray. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Mrs. Saban. Now let us check if we have a quorum. This will be Ms. Laua-an.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are holding our pre-bid conference for 5 civil works projects for FY 2024 and 1 goods project. So please bear with us for the delay of our pre-bid conference because of some technical problems we have encountered in our internet connection. So for the attendance, I would like to present the participants. Mr. Dan Mosquera, BAC Chairperson.
Present.
Engineer Martin Dave Operio, BAC Vice Chairperson.
Present.
Engineer Rafi Ibanez, Regular Member.
Present.
Engineer Roberto Rizal Palano, Provisional Member and Chooser for Construction Projects.
Present.
Engineer Froilan Josue, Head TWG.
Present.
Engineer Rique Estrera, Member TWG.
Present.
Engineer Robert Samiliano, Member TWG. Engineer Melchonic Anas, Member TWG. Engineer N. Angel Espinas, Member TWG. Yours truly, Engineer Telma Escanillas as Head BAC Secretariat. Engineer Maria Vina Arimania, Member BAC Secretariat. Architect Golda May Arnaiz, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Cecil Bonzon, Member BAC Secretariat. Mrs. Rodita Aban, Member BAC Secretariat. Mr. Eddie Fabila, Member BAC Secretariat.
Present.
Mrs. Mary Christy Grafani, Member BAC Secretariat. So there is a quorum. We have also invited observers for this activity, but they are not around. And also we are live streaming via our YouTube account, DPWH and TK District Engineering Office. I will now turn over the microphone to our BAC Chairperson, Mr. Dan Mosquera, to proceed for the pre-bid conference proper.
Thank you, Mama Tel. Now that the quorum has been determined, details of the procurement of our 5 civil works projects will be discussed by Engineer Rafi Ibanez, and details for the procurement of goods will be discussed by Engineer Dave Operio.
Good afternoon once again. So for the details of 5 infra projects, so first is the basic contract data for 24 GB 0053 BP. Construction of river wall, contract location, Barangay Calacja, Municipality of Hamtic, Anini-y. Brief description, construction of river wall. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, DPWH AIP FY 2024 based on GAA. Contract duration, 65 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 5,000 pesos and pickup license, size range of small B. Next is 24 GB 0054, repeat, construction of seawall, contract location, Barangay Talisayan, Municipality of Anini-y, Antique. Brief description, construction of seawall, approved budget for the contract of 9,900,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024, DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 111 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 10,000 pesos, and pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB 0055, repeat, construction of seawall, contract location, Barangay Poblacion, Municipality of Patnongon, Antique. Brief description, construction of seawall, approved budget for the contract of 14,850,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024, DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 156 calendar days, and cost of bidding documents of 25,000 pesos. Pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB 0059, repeat, installation of solar street lights along Iloilo-Antique Road, S00338PN, kilometer 88 plus 000 to kilometer 89 plus 000. Contract location, Barangay Caridad, Hamtic, Antique. Brief description, road safety, roadway lighting. Approved budget for the contract of 1,038,800 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024, DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 49 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos, and pickup license size range of small B. Next is 24 GB 0075, repeat, construction of multi-purpose building. Contract location, Barangay Ramon, Municipality of Laua-an, Antique. Brief description, construction of multi-purpose building. Approved budget for the contract of 4,950,000 pesos. Source of funds, FY 2024, DPWH AIP based on GAA. Contract duration, 113 calendar days, and cost of bidding documents of 5,000 pesos with pickup license size range of small B. So the documents comprising the bid for the first envelope, which is the technical component envelope, Class A documents, the legal documents. First is the valid PhilJEPS registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. B, registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority, CDA, for cooperatives or its equivalent documents. Third is the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located. And fourth is the tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Valid PhilJEPS registration certificate for platinum membership as per GPPB Resolution 15-2021, effective January 1, 2022. Bidder shall only submit a valid updated PhilJEPS certificate of registration and membership in lieu of the following Class A documents. A, SEC, DTI, CDA. B, Mayor's Business Permit. C, Tax Clearance. D, Audited Financial Statement. E, pickup registration. So the failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. For the technical documents, A, statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature, and complexity to the contract to be bid. B, statement of the single of the bidder's single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules. C. Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, PCAB license, or special PCAB license in case of joint venture. D. Original copy of bid security. If it is in the form of surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, original copy of notarized bid security declaration. E. For the project requirements, the first is organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Second, list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. Third, list of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. And the fourth is the list of contractors' minimum material testing equipment as per DEO 11 series of 2017. F. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement. For the financial documents, A. The prospective bidder's audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total and current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And B, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity. For Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement, GVA, in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence. Or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Note under paragraph 6 of the invitation to bid states that only authorized liaison officer duly registered in the Civil Works Application CWA of the DPWH Central Office with the presentation of his or her ID shall allow to transact, purchase, and drop bids for manual submission. For the second envelope, which is the financial component envelope, first is the original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. So other documentary requirements under RA 9184. First is the original of duly signed bid prices, the bill of quantities. Second is the duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid and cash flow by quarter. So for the bid security, so the bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security. So for cash or cashier's manager check and bank guarantee draft or revocable LC, the amount of bid security is 2% of ABC. For surety bond callable upon demand is 5% of ABC. For bid security declaration, the amount of bid security is no percentage required. So bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. For sealing and marking of bids, each bidder shall submit original copy, copy 1 and copy 2 of the first and second components of its bid. All documents must be in A4 size bond paper. So for the deadline of submission of bids is on February 6, 2024, 10 a.m. So opening and preliminary examination of the bids. So the bank shall open the bids in public using a non-discretionary pass-fail criterion at the time, on the date, and at the place specified in paragraph 9 of the invitation to bid. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by Section 30 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. So, detailed evaluation and comparison of bids. The BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation in all bids rated pass using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. The BAC shall consider the conditions in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, such as first is a completeness of bids, and second is the arithmetical corrections. So for post-qualification, so the BAC, the post-qualification shall verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents, including licenses, certificates, submitted by the LCP. So the criteria shall consider but shall not be limited to the following: A. Legal requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any blacklist as provided in Section 25.3 of the IRR. B. Technical requirements to determine compliance of the infrastructure projects offered with the requirements specified in the bidding documents, including where applicable. First is the verification and validation of the bidder's stated competence and experience, and the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned to the project for the procurement of infrastructure projects. Second is the verification of availability of equipment and/or inspection and testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of equipment units to be owned, leased, and/or purchased by the bidder for use in the contract under bidding, as well as checking the performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contracts. So if any of these ongoing contracts shows a negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. B. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. C. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after the receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. And B. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. So for financial requirements, this is to verify, validate, and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. For the signing of contracts, the documents required in Section 37.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184 shall form part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the BTS.
still waiting for the data of our Facebook account, YouTube account for the presentation of reading of the details for procurement activities.
To continue for the pre-bid conference for the procurement of goods. For contract ID number 23GGB00119. Contract name, procurement of diesel fuel for use in various service vehicles of Antique District Engineering Office. Current location, DPWH San Jose Antique. Brief description, procurement of diesel fuel. Approved budget for the contract is 4,999,853 pesos and 68 centavos. Source of funds, DEO 2023. Contract duration, upon receipt of approved purchase order, withdrawal of stocks will be on staggered basis after presentation of approved withdrawal slip as per requested by Chief of Section. Cost of bidding documents, 5,000. For documents comprising the bid, the first envelope, the technical component envelope, Class A documents, legal documents. A. Valid field Jeff's registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. B. Registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, Department of Trade and Industry or sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives or equivalent document. Mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located. D. Tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005, finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For the valid purchase registration certificate, platinum membership as per DPWH Resolution 15-2021. Effective January 1, 2022, bidder shall only submit a valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration and membership in lieu of the following Class A documents: A. SEC, DTI, or CDA. B. Mayor's or business permit. C. Tax clearance. D. Audited financial statement. The failure of prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A documents, eligibility documents shall be resolved in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all the expired Class A documents, expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. For the technical documents, A. Statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and the complexity to the contract to be bid. B. Statement of bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contract to be bid, except under condition provided or in sections 23.4.1.3 and 23.4.2.4 of the 2016 revised IIR of RA number 9184 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. C. Original copy of bid security in form of surety bond submitted, also certificate issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. D. Conformity with the technical specifications which may include production delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales parts if applicable. E. Original signed omnibus word statement. For the financial documents, the supplier audited financial statement stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. The prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, or the NFCC. Last bid documents. If applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement or GPA in case of joint venture is already in existence. Or duly notarized statement from all potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provision of the GPA in the instance that the bid is successful. For the second envelope, the financial component envelope, original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original or duly signed and accomplished price schedule. For the bid security, the bidder shall submit a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security. For cashier's manuals check, the bid security is 2% of the ABC. For the bank guarantee or draft revocable letter of credit is 2% of the ABC. For surety bond, callable abandonment is 5% of the ABC. For bid securing declaration, no percentage required. Bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from the date of opening of bids. For sealing and marking of bids, each bidder shall submit an original copy 1, and copy 2 of the first and the second component of each bid. For deadline and submission of bids, the deadline of submission of bids is on February 6, 2024 at 10 a.m. For opening and preliminary examination of bids, the box shall open the bids in public using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria at the time, on the date, and the place specified in paragraph 9 of the invitation to bid. The preliminary examination of bids shall be governed by the Section 30 of 2016 revised IR of RA number 9184. For detailed evaluation and comparison of bids, the box shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids rated pass using non-discretionary pass-fail criteria. The box shall consider the condition in the evaluation of bids under Section 32.2 of 2016 revised IR of RA number 9184, such as 1. Completeness of the bids. 2. Arithmetical correction. For post-qualification, verification and inspection of the testing of goods, products, after sales, and or maintenance capabilities. In applicable cases, as well as checking the following. A. Delay in the partial delivery of goods amounting to 10% of the contract price in its ongoing and government private contracts. B. If any of these contracts shows that the bidder's failure to deliver or perform any on or all of the goods and services within the period specified in the contract or within any extension therefore granted by the procuring entity pursuant to the request made by the supplier prior to the delay, and such failure amount to at least 10% of the contract price. C. unsatisfactory performance of supplier obligation as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. If the bank verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the bidder's fault or negligence, the bank shall disqualify the bidder from the award for the procurement of goods. For signing the contract, the documents required in section 37.2 with 2016 revised IR of RA number 9184 shall be part of the contract. Additional contract documents are indicated in the BDS. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Dave, Sir Rafi. If there is there any issues and concern? If it is not, then our private conference ended at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.